Ever heard of a war between humans and emus? No, not a joke. Welcome back, history buffs. Today we unravel the mysteries of the past and breathe life into forgotten tales. We're diving headfirst into one of the most bizarre yet strangely epic chapters in history, the Great Emu War. It's 1932 in Western Australia and World War I veterans are returning home. But instead of peaceful days ahead, they find themselves facing an unexpected and feathery menace. Yes, you guessed it right. Emus, those flightless birds with a knack for causing havoc and turning farms into battlefields. It's a story filled with bravery, determination, and a touch of comedy. But don't be fooled, my fellow history enthusiasts. This war was anything but a walk in the park. So strap in, because we're about to rewind the pages of time and uncover the reasons behind this extraordinary conflict. But before we embark on this adventure, if you're as fascinated by history as we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any intriguing tale from the records through the ages. The Great Emu War, though often regarded as a humorous episode in history, holds a fascinating and significant place in Australia's past. So let's delve deeper into the historical context, the events leading up to the conflict, and its aftermath. In the aftermath of World War I, Australia, like many other countries, faced economic challenges, including the reintegration of returning soldiers into civilian life. The government sought to support these veterans by offering them land in Western Australia for farming. The intent was to provide the soldiers with an opportunity to make a living and boost agricultural productivity in the region. However, the land allocated to the soldiers was primarily in Western Australia's wheat belt, an area characterised by vast open plains and fertile land, ideal conditions for farming. Unfortunately, the same fertile land proved to be attractive to large flocks of emus. Emus, native to Australia, are the largest flightless birds in the world, and they have a penchant for feeding on crops. The combination of fertile land and an abundance of food made the farmlands a perfect feeding ground for emus. As the soldiers began their farming ventures, they soon found themselves facing an unexpected and formidable foe: the emu population. In the early 1930s, Western Australia experienced an explosion in the emu population due to favourable breeding conditions. With an estimated 20,000 emus in the region, the farmers were soon overwhelmed by the sheer number of birds raiding their crops. The emus trampled over fences, destroyed crops, and caused extensive damage to the farmlands, leading to frustration and financial losses for the veterans turned farmers. As the situation worsened, the farmers reached out to the government for assistance. In response to the farmers' pleas, the authorities devised a plan that was, in hindsight, quite audacious. They decided to deploy the military to tackle the emu infestation. On November 2, 1932, Major G.P.W. Meredith of the 7th Heavy Battery, Royal Australian Artillery, led a small contingent of soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns to the wheat belt. The idea was to cull the emu population and protect the farmlands from further damage. However, right from the outset, the campaign faced challenges. The emus proved to be surprisingly elusive and agile, evading the soldiers' attempts to engage them in open combat. The birds scattered in all directions, making it difficult for the soldiers to get a clear shot. Furthermore, the Lewis machine guns, which were designed for warfare against human soldiers, were not as effective against the quick-moving and evasive emus. The first attempt at culling the emus ended in disappointment, with only a minimal number of birds being killed. Undeterred, Major Meredith and his troops made a second attempt, but they fared no better. The public response to the soldiers' struggle against the emus ranged from amusement to disbelief, and the media had a field day covering the Emu War. As the operation continued, public sentiment started to shift. Many Australians began to sympathise with the emus, seeing them as victims of human intervention in their natural habitat rather than pests that needed to be eradicated. This change in public opinion, combined with the campaign's limited success, led to growing criticism of the government's approach. Facing mounting pressure and ridicule, the authorities decided to withdraw the military from the conflict after just a few weeks. The Great Emu War came to an end, officially lasting from November to December 1932. In the aftermath of the campaign, the emu problem persisted for some time, but alternative solutions were eventually adopted. Instead of using military force, farmers turned to other methods such as building taller and stronger fences to protect their crops. The emu population gradually stabilized, and the country moved on from the comical yet peculiar episode. Over the years, the Great Emu War has become a legendary tale, often recounted with humor and as a cautionary tale about the consequences of human interference with nature. It is worth noting that some historical accounts claim that the number of emus killed during the campaign was around 1,000, while others suggest a lower figure. Today, the Great Emu War remains a quirky part of Australian history, representing a unique intersection of military action and wildlife management. It serves as a reminder of the importance of sustainable agricultural practices and the need to consider the consequences of human actions on the natural world. So, there you have it, the intriguing tale of the Great Emu War, a feathered fiasco that left an indelible mark on the history of Australia and continues to be retold and celebrated as a symbol of resilience, adaptability, and the unexpected twists of history. And who knows, perhaps there are more hidden gems from the past waiting to be discovered and brought to life. And that wraps up our journey through the feathers of fury in the Great Emu War. I hope you enjoyed this incredible and quirky tale from the pages of history. Your support and enthusiasm fuel our passion for uncovering hidden gems from the past and sharing them with the world. If you found this video intriguing and enjoyed the tale of the Great Emu War, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow history buffs. Thank you for joining us today as we unraveled the Great Emu War. Stay curious, keep exploring, and until next time, remember that history has an abundance of captivating stories just waiting to be discovered. See you in the next adventure.